right here. So enough said about that. I got all my samples laid out right here. That's Gruber Washington Jr., R.I.P. to the late, great Gruber Washington Jr. Also got some drums on here. And usually what I'll do, as you can hear them, it's a couple things. Usually I'll build them as I'm working on a track, but really I just put some stuff on a pad and say, you know, we're just gonna have some fun, so I can get into how the production part of this is done, and also just showing somebody the I guess the foundation for producing beats on the MP3, MPC 2000 and 3000. I mean, whatever what I'm doing here, you can do on either one of those machines. So first thing I'm gonna start with is, because the sample is gonna give me the rhythm. Me personally, I'm more of a rhythm person. There are some people like the who should I say, DJ Premier, a night wonder. They like to chop their samples, you know, and it like dun 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 dun. I'm more of a rhythm person. I like to take a 4-bar loop or a 2-bar loop and build around that. But I occasionally I do get out of my element and I chop. So enough about that said. I already got my tempo for the sample, and I'm gonna put that on the first track. So it would go like this. So you can hit a count 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3, 4. And what it did just now is called a loop. It played for 4 measures, and then it made a circle. It went from the beginning, it played from the beginning and then went to the end and looped back to the beginning. So that's basically what's called a loop. When you sample something, it plays the beginning part, then makes it to the end, then goes back to the beginning. It just keeps doing that over and over and over again. So now I got that part of it, and then I'll find my drums. And sometimes it just whatever the music tells me to start with. I'll start with a snare. I'll start with the kick. Right now, I think I'm gonna start with the snare. So we're gonna see what happens. That's one snare. I think I'm gonna go with the kick right here on this next go around here. And then now I'm gonna put my headphones on people so I can really get into it. And now I think I want to put another snare in there. This is one of my favorite snares ever. I actually sampled that off of the Ain't No Love, off of the Jay-Z Blueprint, the first album. At the end of the song, Kanye, you know, just lets the snare go. So I sampled that. So that's a whole nother lesson in itself, building your sound catalog through sampling of records, sampling of CDs, creating your own snare, which I do sometimes. I take a clap and a rim shot and and a plain snare and make my own snare. But for the purposes of time, we just gonna do it like this. So here we go. And I'm gonna find my hi-hat, and I'm gonna find, as I've said before doing this, I'm a huge fan of the Mantronics. I mean, they drum programming, man, and fresh. I just gotta have these. That's called 16th notes, and these are 8 notes. You know, and sometimes I use 8s, but really I like for my stuff to have rhythm, and I like for it to like really roll. So I'm gonna go with some 16s right quick and see what we cook up right here. And that's my crash right there. Everybody has their own style. A friend of mine, Jack Spratt, told me my style, I like my stuff tight. Like, I like it to sound like a band, you know what I'm saying? I like real tight rhythms where everything fits in a pocket, you know. And some people do stuff where there's space, off-beat snares or whatever. But me personally, I like it to sound almost as if a live band was doing it. So I put my little crash in there as if on the end of the forward bar, the drummer hitting that crash. So here we go right here. Let's see. And there we go. That was the end of it right there. And he's playing it like that. You know what I'm saying? So we getting out. Like I said, we ain't trying to reinvent the wheel. This is just a matter of me just playing around on the equipment and showing some of the tricks and the trades of working this stuff and even tuning stuff differently. Like right now, I may want to tune this snare down some. And I tuned it down some. You may not be able to hear it in total totality, but by tuning the snare down some, it gives it the appearance that the track slowed down. These are just little tricks that are the trade that I learned with tuning my own drums and whatnot, and not just taking the bass snare, the basic snare, the basic kick and basic hi-hat and programming and not doing anything to it. I tend to like to do stuff to the snares to give it my own sound. And so, you know, some of the great producers like the DJ Premiers or the Dr. Dre's or even the Manny Fresh, Timberlands, DJ Quicks, you kind of know their snare, you know their sound by their drums because they create their own drums. So in my opinion, that's one of the necessities of being a great producer. You have to know how to create your own sound, and in particular, your own drum.